Ready? Let's start with basic grip fighting. Okay. Mark, if I have you here. Okay. In this part here, we're going to grab the lapel once again and also grab the sleeve. What we want to do is we want to exchange our grip. I'm going to reach from the inside, get an inside grip to the lapel here and to the outside here. Good. Okay, and we want to switch back and forth. Go ahead. Good.
This is actually a drill that you could also do with us. This is something you'll need a partner for, so you'll need a partner in this episode. But if you don't have a partner, don't worry about it. We're going to show you a version that you can do on yourself. Sensei is teaching Mark here how to change the grip because in Judo, there's actually a whole stylized setup about how you begin the exchange of the dance of Judo. So let's watch.
Amy, why don't you come on over here? Why don't you give this a go? Okay. When I reach for his lapel, I want to go on the inside and go to the outside. Okay, once again. Inside and go to the outside. Great. Why don't you go ahead? And since he's a bit taller, why don't you grab a little higher in his lapel? Remember, we're looking for that clavicle. We're looking for that shoulder bone, right? Great. Fantastic. And yame. Okay, ready? Okay. Mark, once again. Now, if everything goes well, we're going to exchange our hands. This time from here, we're going to bow. And if I reach for his lapel and I can't get it, what I'm going to do is use my other hand and assist my reach here and put the lapel into my palm this way here. So we're going to practice this, okay? What I'm going to do once again, with my left hand, I reach to his lapel, I reach here, and I assist the transfer of the lapel to my other hand. And once again, I reach across, pull this out, put this right here, right in my palm, and I reach in and I grab his lapel. So the drill looks like this. 1, here. Okay. 2, this way here. 3, once again, here. 4, once again, 5. And don't forget, when you're actually grabbing the lapel, push down. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, ready? Amy, would you like to try it? Sure. Okay. Grab and feed it to the other hand. Good. Okay. We'll go 3 times each side. How's that? Mark, we'll go number 1. Ichi. Cross grab, feed it to the other hand. Good. Okay, the second time, knee. And feed it to the other hand. Good. Third time, cross grab and feed it to the other hand. Great. Amy, why don't you go ahead? Cross grab, ichi. Great. I like the way you just pull down on him, right? Compromising his posture. Good. Cross down. Ready? Good. And pull down. Good. Cross grab. And there we go. Now, to make things a little more complicated, okay, a little more interesting for us, right? Amy, can I use you, for example? Okay. This time from here, what I'm going to do is grab the lapel. I'm going to grab the lapel and the sleeve at the same time. Go ahead, please. Good. Okay. Now we establish a grip, right? Okay, let's try again. This time, when she goes to my sleeve, I want to do this. Now she's going to cross grab, and re-grip once again. Okay, watch again. Okay, as she goes to my sleeve, I grab, I try to control the dominant hand here. Okay, I think this is a good time for an action to happen. Now let's go over the cross grab. As Amy reaches towards my gi, I actually grab her gi here, and she reaches over for the cross grab. As you can see, her elbow goes closer to her body. I start to lose my balance. Then from there, she grabs the lapel with her other hand. Here we have the grip.
fighting drills are an important part of the training of judo because you don't just walk up and anticipate your attacker on the street being very nice and complimentary to you. So practicing getting a grip on the other person's lapel and sleeve is an important part of the whole training. You remember that we had set up a self-defense scenario where somebody attacks you by grabbing your shirt collar or grabbing your jacket. Well, this cross grab is also an appropriate response to that kind of thing. So they've already grabbed you. What do you do next? Cross grab, feed their lapel in, suddenly they're off balance and you have control.
Ready?
For this lesson, you'll need a partner because now we're going to begin the process of learning basic judo throws. Sensei's going to take us from the very beginning, so it'll be low to the ground, but then we'll progress to higher and higher levels.
Everyone ready?
Sir.
Before we get a partner here, make sure that you have a clear area and it's a soft ground. Now, let's prepare your partner for the fall. Okay, so we're going to actually kneel down in this position here. Okay, Amy, Mark, you ready there? We're going to take an ukemi number 2 from this position. It is modified, so this foot here is actually just going to lay back and go back up again. It's going to look kind of like this. Ichi here, and then from here, I get back up again, and knee. Okay, let's go 3 times. Ready, set? Ichi. Knee. And the last one, let me take a look at you too. Ready? And san. Great. And let's come back up again to that same position. Now, let's add a little bit of reality to this. Since we're working on throws, what we're going to do is get the lapel grab once again. Remember, the dominant arm goes on the lapel. The other arm goes on the sleeve. Now, we're going to make sure and thrust forward. In my case, thrust back towards them, and they're going to start the fall. Let's take a look at this here. From here, I stand from a neutral position, and I'm going to grab the lapel this way here. And I'm going to actually push backward. Good. Let's see if we can do this to Mark as well. Okay, ready? And push. Good. Okay, let's get a side angle as well. Okay, Amy, could you be right in this area? Right in the red area? And also Mark in this area here. Yes, good. Okay, now for once again, my dominant hand goes on her lapel. And then from here, the other hand goes on her sleeve. All I'm gonna do is push back. One, I'm gonna step in with my left leg, push back. Good. And from here, once again, dominant hand on the sleeve. In this case, I'm gonna cross grab, assist the lapel to my palm, and from here, grabbing the sleeve. A step back, now I step in and push. Good, fantastic. Let's do this a few more times, okay? You folks aren't getting tired, are you?
No.
Okay, great.
Never.
Okay. Ready? Lapel. I cross grab. I grab her lapel here. I grab her sleeve. Ready? And I step in. Good. Fantastic. As you know, the way I'm pushing here, I'm not jerking them whatsoever. I'm pushing them in a steady force, okay? Now, once again, cross grab once again. Feed it to my other hand. Grab his sleeve. And from there, I let my body do the pushing. My arms just assist. Great, fantastic. Okay, you folks ready for the next step? Okay, great. Okay, why don't you stand up there? Okay, and Amy, could I ask you right over here? And Mark right over here. Okay, the next step here, we're gonna get into a throw called osotogari. Osotogari, by definition, means outer reaping throw. It is actually one of the most popular throws in the art of judo and other arts that concern self-defense. Now, the thing is, what we're gonna do, everyone, let's follow me. We're gonna pretend to grab the lapel. This hand here grabs high up to the lapel. I'm grabbing a little higher because I'm imagining Mark here. I don't think Amy will be attacking me in a dark alley, are you? and from here, the left hand here to the sleeve. I'm gonna step forward 1 in this direction here. Now, this leg here, what I'm gonna do is lift it up in this area here and pull down just like I'm pedaling a bicycle, and it comes up again. Good. And I come back down again. Okay, once again, One here, stepping in. Good. Now from here, just like I'm pedaling on a bicycle. Up, down. Good. And once again. In fact, let's do an action cam of this. Now let's take a look at more detail about the osotogari. As we step forward here, the swing leg is actually going to act as a reaper, just like reaping wheat in a field, right? And from here, the swing leg actually comes up by the knee, comes back down, and comes back up again, okay? Once again, here's the full motion. 1, 2, and 3. Great. Now let's implement the outside reaping throw or the osotogari with our partners, okay? From a modified throw position. Mark, could I please face me in a kneeling position? Okay, in a kneeling position, please. Good, right, like this. The other leg up. Great, fantastic. Amy, could you please come over here so you can see what's going on? Okay, once again, what I'm gonna do is feet cross grab. I have his lapel, and from here, I hold his sleeve there. Now from there, he grabs my lapel as well. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is ichi. When I say ichi, I'm gonna come in, 1, and start the motion of the reaping. Good, and come back out again. Start from the start position of 0 degrees. Once again, my hips are square to his, and from here. Amy, that thing that you're so good at, the cross grab, right? We're gonna make sure that the lapel goes into the other palm, and from here, the free hand, I'm gonna make sure and reach for his sleeve. In this case, I'm not holding this, I'm holding his elbow. The reason being is I want the forces to go backward, not to the side whatsoever, okay? Now from here, with the left leg, okay, I'm gonna step in. 1, and bicycle kick down, and come back up again, okay? Amy, would you like to give it a try?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna walk you through this once again, okay? Cross grab, good. Good, grab the sleeve, good. Now step forward to the left leg, and bicycle kick. Fantastic, okay? Come back out again. Okay, 2 more times, ready? Cross grab, good. And bicycle kick. Good, okay? Now the next time, what we're gonna do is, I think Amy's ready for the next step. What she's actually gonna do, wait, let's ask her. Are you ready for the next step?
I'm ready.
Good. Mark, are you ready for the next step? Okay, good. Remember, the next step, tuck your chin in and take an ukemi, a break fall, okay? She's actually gonna do the kick, she's gonna do the throw, but this time from here, instead of wrapping on the outside of the leg, she's just gonna practice the push. We actually refer to the push or the off balancing as kazushi. We learned this in our last lesson, okay? And so let's try again. So from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step forward, 1, let me demonstrate on Mark here. Okay, the grab here, 1 here, and 2, okay? And from here, I step in, as soon as I kick, I push, and I come back here again. As you can see, when I throw, I'm letting him go, he lets go of my gi as well. This way, I don't fall on top of him, nor do I pose danger to him, okay? Once again, okay? I step forward here, ichi here, and knee, and I push. Good. Okay. Amy, why don't you give it a try? Good. Let's move back in the middle area here. There we go. Once again. Good. Okay. And the main thing is Amy wants to actually swing the back leg. Swing the back leg as much as possible. Just like she's riding a bike. Remember? The gyration. Okay? Great. Great. One more time. Fantastic. Okay. Now, let's switch roles. Mark, are you ready for this?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Let's, Amy, why don't you come over here? Mark, let's come over here on this side here. Good. Okay. Now, remember, she's a little smaller, so the main thing is, when you grab her gi, you may have to bend your knees just a little bit, okay? Now from here, bend your sleeve. Now from here, ichi 1, I come in, reaping throw, and I push at the same time. Okay, ready? Let's try this. Let's try this a couple times. Ready? Start from neutral position. Okay, and grab right under her elbow. Now we start with a cross grab and right under her elbow. Good. Now we're going to start in a neutral position. A neutral position. There we go. Good. Now we're going to step forward as soon as you grab. Okay. Grab the gi. There we go. Good. Now let's step forward. There we go. Good. And let's start the reaping throw. Good. Okay. At this point here, Mark's actually going in this direction. Let's have the person actually go straight back. Okay. Let's see this again. And why don't we start more towards the middle area? Good. Ichi, ni. Good. Okay. Once again, Mark, what I want you to do in this part here, after you throw, what I want you to do is push straight forward.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. Good job. Great. Okay. Now, everyone stand up. Okay. Great. Good. Okay. Now, while doing this throw, please be careful. Whenever you're falling backward, tuck your chin in.
Always pay attention to safety. If you're just starting out and you're doing basic throws, you can start out with a partner at home, but once you get to this level, is definitely the time for you to go find a local dojo and find a qualified dojo sensei like Akira to lead you through these definite steps to doing throws. Because we want you to be safe and, as always, come back for another lesson.
Wait.
Throwing techniques in judo are called tachiwaza. And Sensei has some plans for us to go to the next level of tachiwaza. Notice that what we've done so far has been to put all the pieces together. So the back break fall that we learned in a previous episode is now being taught along with this first fall. So you can put the two things that you have already learned in the same package. After we learn tachiwaza, there's also another version, which is almost throwing, called uchikomi. But we'll get to that in a minute. Sensei?
Now let's get to the actual osotogari. Okay, we're actually going to do this from a standing position. Okay. Amy, could you please face the center? Mark, please face the center. Okay. Hey. Good. Okay. I'm actually going to throw Amy. And please grab my pocket. As I enter into my throw, the main thing is I want to bring my body close to her body, okay? And my leg close to her foot. Once again, I think this is a good time for an action cam. Now let's take a look at the osotogari. My lead leg actually moves in, and from here, as you can see, the arc of her back is actually compromised over the center of mass. Now from here, I'm going to come in, reap the leg, come back out again, and reset. Once again, I step in, compromising her balance, which we refer to as kazushi. Remember that word kazushi that we practiced? Now from here, I'm going to use the outside reaping leg here and come back out again. Now let's do this in real life speed. Okay. Aisa! Now let's have you throw each other. Right? Okay. Now, before we do the throw, we always do something called uchikomi. This is the precursor to the throw. This is like saying the throwing drill. Before we do that, what I want you to do, both of you is to partner up. When you partner up, we're going to go through a drill, and we're going to go through this motion. The entry part of the motion is really important here. As I step in, I come up here, and I come back center again. While we turn around, so you can see this. As I step in here, number one, as you can see, the forces are actually going towards her back area. I want to enforce the loss of balance here, which is referred to as kazushi, and also assisting this with my arm and my other arm here. And attack the back, this area here. Okay. And we do this 5 times. Ichi and ni. And come back out again. Let's try this. Amy, let's do this to Mark. Okay. Ready? Ichi. And don't forget the kick. There we go, good. And back. And let's lay the kick right in the back of his knee. Okay. Knee. Fantastic, good. One more time. San. Good. Okay. 2 more times. She. And hold it right there. As you can see, he has a loss of balance. This is the optimal time for her to throw him. Not right now, because I'm standing here, but in the future, she's going to throw him. Ready? And 1 more. And go. Good. Great. Okay, Mark, now it's your turn. Okay. Now, he gets the lapel, he gets a grip right there. Now, the grip has to be very firm. It can't be overly tight. If you do that, then you start to telegraph the movements that you're actually going to do onto your opponent. Goes behind the knee without touching the floor, and he goes back to center again. Good. Ready? Good. Okay, now we go back to center again. Make sure your feet, good, are lined up. Now reach for her without stepping. Now from there, step in, ichi. Boom. As you can see here, Mark's such a big guy, but you can see Amy doesn't have a loss of balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce the fact that she has to use kazushi. There we go. This is the kazushi factor here. Now from there, he goes in and reaps the back leg. There we go. Great. And san. Remember, judo is a gentle way, so we don't want to use as much energy as possible. Maximum effect, minimum energy. Ready? One more time. Good. Okay, once again, as you can see, this is the maximum effect with minimum effort, right? Okay, now this one here, they're going to do this 3 times. On the 3rd time, Amy's actually going to throw Mark. Remember, the use of kazushi is really important there. If they don't use the kazushi, it's going to be a harder throw. Okay, ready? Let's start. We'll count to 3. Ready? Let's grab. Okay, Amy, let's do uchikomi. Ichi. Good, and back. Good, that's the first one. Ready? Knee. And back. Good, good. Now, son, I want you to hold it there when Mark's off balance, okay? Hold it there, and when I tell you to go, you throw him.
Okay.
Okay, ready, set, ichi, ni. Let's get him off balance a little more. As you can see, kazushi's in place, and I'm gonna say good luck to him, and you may throw, go. Good. Fantastic, okay? Now, let's do this a little faster and a little smoother, okay? The last throw. Amy, what I want you to do is step in, you step in, and you're gonna throw. Boom. Okay? Hold on a second. I believe this is a good time for an action cam. Now let's take a look at Amy throwing Mark. Since Amy is a smaller person and Mark is a bigger person, she's gonna have to use kazushi. Ready, set? The first throw, let's do step by step. Ready? Grab the lapel, 3 counts. Ichi, ni. Great. One more time. Now in real life time. Fantastic. In judo, the philosophy of maximum effect, minimum effort is one of the main premises in the art. Another thing is sportsmanship. So whenever we throw someone, we want to take care of them. We do this by actually holding the opponent by 2 arms. This way it helps break the person's fall. Please watch. I'll demonstrate. Amy? Okay. As I grab her lapel, when I take her down here, I step forward here, I throw, and I support her fall by grabbing her supporting arm here with 2 arms. Once again.
I have to confess, I'm just a little bit jealous of not being in the midst of this action because it looks very exciting, so much to learn, even when you're just watching. So, in fact, what is the most important thing that we're learning in this lesson? As a matter of fact, it's this last piece, the piece about protecting your opponent. In fact, I recommend we don't even think about your other person as an opponent, but rather a partner. Because without this partner, you cannot learn the techniques of judo. You can't learn the gentle art. So, if you're going to practice something, practice a lot about protecting and holding on to your opponent as they come to the floor. From its very roots in the late 19th century, judo has been about a lot more than just martial arts, self-defense, and physical activity. In fact, the name of this art, Judo, means the way of gentleness, and it's actually a method of improving the character of the individual. In other words, how do I make a person soft? How do I make them kind, gentle, humble? Well, we do it through the physical training. This art is about learning the lessons of humility and softness and kindness and gentleness by physical lessons, by practicing our martial art. Getting these lessons gets this philosophy into our bodies, into our very bones and flesh, into our spirit. We start with a basic concept, that this is the art of gentleness. So how do we stay gentle in this art? How do we stay gentle in life? Well, we do it with a fundamental judo concept called maximal effect, minimal effort. So how does that look like in a throw? You see, every time we practice, every time we give a throw, every time we take a throw, our aim is towards that one singular target, to become softer, to become more gentle, to become more humble in our technique. And how do we do that? Well, we do that with another concept that Sensei has introduced to us called kuzushi. Kuzushi, as Sensei has described it, means putting somebody off balance. But I like a slightly different interpretation, which is not meeting force against force. In other words, you stay humble, you stay kind by not trying to force your will on other people. And again, how do we learn this lesson? We learn this through our throwing technique. Putting somebody off balance with kuzushi makes it effortless. And how does that look in a throw? Once again, it's the physical lessons that make the most impact. I could talk all day about philosophy, and it may have just this much impression on you. But when you feel it with the body, when the body hits the floor, you know the lesson is true. And finally, how do you practice this? Well, in fact, the most important technique that we learn in judo is not the throw. It's the fall. It's not pushing somebody over. It's learning how to receive, how to land. Why is Sensei a high-level master in judo? It's because he has practiced his falling hundreds of times, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of times, until his falls look like this. It's an old tradition in judo that practicing your break falls is the most important part of your training. We begin every session with ukemi, with break falls. We end every session with ukemi, with break falls. We practice outside of our lessons in the dojo with break falls. So when you're practicing at home, practice something simple. Practice the break fall. And when you get to the level where you're ready to start throwing, please go find a local dojo and a sensei nearby you who can take you to that next level. Keep practicing, but practice safely so that you can come back for the next lesson.
Hey.